Dream Team? It's your boy Neal back with another reaction video, guys. Here we are with Larry Bird, confidence, and even some more trash talking. And before we dive into this, y'all know I need y'all to dive into that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. You can subscribe to any of it. Put all the links in the description. All you gotta do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. I'm human. I talk back. You guys got a favorite video suggestion? You can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. What we got, Larry?
Here he was out there with a quarter of black guys out there talking trash with him, and the rest of the fellas are sitting there going, "Hey, the boy bad. What can you say?" And I think what America saw in this guy was somebody who really didn't see race.
If you put all of us in a room, Magic, Jordan, myself, and Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
Bird. He said Magic, myself, Jordan, and Bird. MJ? Bird walking out before him? I don't know. I know Larry Bird's phenomenal, one of the best to ever pick up a basketball. I don't know if he's walking out over MJ.
Bird probably be the guy who walks out of the room at the end of the day.
Bird. We had a three-point contest at the All-Star break, and Larry walks in and says, "I hope all you guys in here are thinking about second place because I'm winning this." Excuse me? And he started shooting, and he just didn't miss.
That's confidence.
Larry was the originator of getting in your face and talking trash. And then you sit there and you go, "This guy up in my face talking noise. He ain't that fast, he's slow." But he knew how to aggravate you, agitate you enough to get you out of your game.
I was guarding in my rookie year. He looked at me and he goes, "You can't stop me." And I looked at him and I said, "Gosh, boy, you're so confident." He goes, "Confident? You're a rookie. You don't know anything." He proceeded to score like 10 straight points on me. The coach took me out the game. He walks by and he's laughing at me.
Larry Bird pitches the ball in the corner. I take off running out at Larry Bird. And right when he's getting ready to shoot, I jump. And as I go by, him, he tells me, he says, "Fly, Bird." And I go right by him, and he shoots the ball. It's nothing but nylon.
Larry Bird was a pain in the neck. Anytime we had a chance to win, Larry Bird changed that.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
There was a certain confidence you had because, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way, and he delivered.
You got the ultimate bailout on your team. You know what I'm saying? The man who made the impossible possible. You love hearing it. Just Larry Bird with the trash talk, bro. Like, said, "I fly bomb." He looked at me. "Fly, Bird." Yeah. Walking in a three-point contest. So which one of you guys coming in second tonight? Like, it's supreme confidence. And I feel like you should have that in yourself, especially if you put in the work. And Larry's one of the toughest guys to ever play the game. He definitely put in the work.
Because, if you ever got in trouble, give the ball to Larry and get out of his way, and he delivered.
Double team and Bird. Larry.
That's crazy, guys. That's tough to get off.
All right.
He was a cold-blooded killer. In the last 24 seconds, he would demand the basketball in the huddle.
Baseline throws it up and Larry Bird did it again. He did it again. Oh my goodness. He did it again.
He was a basketball genius.
Oh my
He'd be a
God.
step ahead.
Oh my God.
A thought ahead. Play the game like a chess game. I'd much rather guard Michael Jordan than Larry Bird because you have to play the game as a thinker when you're playing him. You have to get inside his mind. Larry wasn't quick, couldn't jump really high, but there was just some sleepless nights.
Bird takes the bomb. It's gone. It is gone.
I remember the time when Larry got on the roll, started shooting the ball. Every shot was going in.
Goodbye, she's gone.
I guess the two-pointer was too close.
When he ran by the bench, he goes, "That's a heat check. Just see how hot I am." All right, he runs by Frank Layden, who's the funniest guy in the league. And Frank is coaching, and Larry says to him, "Hey, Frank, don't you have anybody on that bench that can guard me?" He goes, "So nobody out here can." Frank looked down at the bench and goes, "No."
Magic
couldn't wait to give you the best smile and say, how are you, make you feel good. Larry Bird would rather say, don't even say hi to me. I'd rather not get involved with this.
The media begs off with Larry because they're very afraid of him. They're afraid to somehow or another infuriate him. They're afraid to ask the tough questions. He somehow or another has that way of intimidating the media as he intimidated players.
He's never said to me at any point in our conversations off the record, and I asked him once about that. I said, well, you know, why don't you ever hold back? Why don't you say off the record to me? He says, I don't care what you write. I don't read it.
Bird's unwillingness to back down from the media was an extension of his aggressiveness on the court.
Bird fights Kareem.
All Larry Bird cared about was playing basketball, was competing, was winning. Now he said, I don't care what y'all media have to say about me. None of that matters to me. I come here to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to get on this court and win. Gotta respect it.
Extension of his aggressiveness on the court.
Bird fights Kareem. Swings the elbow, and now is yelling at Larry Bird.
You could never back down.
Jaw to jaw.
Once you do, people look at you different. You had to stand up for everything you believed in, and even if it's the one playing basketball, if somebody took the gloves off and wanted to go, you had to go. If you didn't, there's no use playing.
Bird's hard nose was never more visible than during a 1984 game with the 76ers when he took issue with Dr. J.
Larry was complaining to the refs, and I was complaining to the refs, and the next time down the court, he got in my face.
I was up 38-6. That's how I summarize it.
He wasn't out to play basketball for the money. He was out there to step up and win and look in your eyes and say to you, you can't beat me.
The 84 Olympic team was playing an exhibition game against a bunch of pros, including Larry Bird, and they were in the warm-ups. And a ball bounced down from the college end of the court to the pro end. And Michael Jordan went down to chase it. The ball happened to be picked up by Larry Bird. And Michael went up a few feet away from Larry Bird and held out his hands, and Bird took the ball and fired it back down the court over Jordan's head, as if to say, you're not only not getting this ball, I don't give a damn who you are. Larry Bird knows exactly who this guy is and what's going to happen in the next few years, and he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
Listen, I got a poor
Larry legend, man. You can't help but love hearing these things. You can't help but love hearing these stories. Larry ain't care who you was. Larry didn't care who you was. Larry only had winning in mind, and he was gonna, if he could psych you out, that trash talk was definitely gonna psych you out. You feel me?
Next few years, and he wants to get every edge he can get right now.
Listen, I got a pulled hamstring, so I'm not playing tonight. He walks down to me. Man, I'm sorry you're not playing, but he said, I'm gonna tell you what, since you're here, I'm gonna put a show on for you. So you just sit back and watch, okay? And I'm like, man, get out of my face, man. I don't want to hear that. You know, that's Celtics and the Lakers. Every time he hit one, he look at me.
I was getting ready to start a game and get up to the jump ball, and Larry said, you know, just out of the blue, he goes, go ahead, Kevin, tell Elvin Hayes what you told me. And I didn't tell him anything. And I said, well, go ahead and tell him. Like, you said you were going to kick his ass. And I was like, oh, man. And Elvin Hayes is looking at me. Well, at that point, it was hard to say, no, I didn't say anything. I said, I guess so. But
you gotta go with it.
So started up. Larry is a funny guy.
He had unshakable confidence. If he could get his shot off, he felt like we was going to win the ball game.
The Celtics win it.
As soon as Larry let it go, he virtually turns to the bench and he's looking over like, you should have had more than one guy on me.
Should have. Win it. The three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
I remember we were playing Washington in Washington one night, and Larry just hit what would have been the game-winning shot, but KC called timeout.
It won't count. It does not count. Boston had called a timeout.
I remember this.
Larry came back to the bench, and he was a little upset.
He looks at the bench and says, hey guys, when I come back after timeout, I'm going to go right to the same spot. I'm going to kick it in.
He told Washington, I'm going to get the ball.
2 seconds left. The Bullets by 1.
That's crazy.
To Bird. He gets a good shot into
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Incredible.
That's, oh my God, Larry Bird. Phenomenal. Phenomenal, man.
Boy, this is something else. Incredible. And Bird wins it at the buzzer.
How many people you know would talk to the other team like this and say, I'm going to stick it in your face?
And at the end of one of the trips, he had accomplished every goal. We hadn't lost a game on the trip. And Larry told all of us players and the media too, we were all standing around waiting to leave. He said, tomorrow night's the last game of the trip. I'm going to play this one left-handed at least through 3 quarters.
What a performance by Bird.
And at the end of 3 quarters, and that's not important against poor Jerome Kersey. He had 27 points left-handed, and it was a remarkable performance.
That's wild.
Oh, man, Larry was so confident, so extremely confident.
Larry said, you guys want to win the game? Everybody said, sure. Yeah, absolutely. He goes, give me the ball and get out of the way.
They needed 3 to win it, and I got to play Larry.
I still will never understand what James Worthy was thinking in this moment. If somebody like popped wide open, like if they were cutting to the basket wide open, I can't fathom what he was thinking inside of this moment when he left Larry. First of all,
they needed 3 to win it, and I got to play Larry. So I'm down in the post, knowing he's going to come off the pick.
The Ralph, right? He had to rip his jersey off. Where you
I got to play Larry. So I'm down in the post, knowing that he's going to come off of a pick. So I'm holding his jersey, and I'm doing everything I can to block his pass.
Why not stay on him?
Whatever I could do to stop him from getting the open shot.
Larry Bird with a big three-point bomb.
Once the shot was airborne, I just knew it was going in. That's the nightmare that you have when you know a player like Larry Bird has an opportunity to get a shot off.
Hired in 1997, Larry Bird earned Coach of the Year in his first season. He brought his team to the verge of defeating the defending champion Bulls in the Eastern Conference Finals.
When the Pacers hit the shot, and Bird just sat there and did not move. To me, that was so Larry Bird. He was the one calm guy in the place.
He's made so many last-second and heroic shots himself. I think he was more so thinking about the next situation.
We'd won the game, and he'd won it in almost spectacular fashion, which Larry could do. I said, Larry, how do you make all those shots? Just like that. He said, I do all that all the time.
Bro, Larry's just so calm. I think it's just because he expects to make them. Like, he's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what is there to celebrate? I'm supposed to make that shot. I'm expected to make that shot. I expect myself to make that shot. So why should I celebrate for something I expect to do? And it's like, he don't understand that, like, bro, like, that's clutch. Like, bro, like, that's not a shot a lot of people are consistently making with the game on the line. Nerves start to kick in. And it's like everybody's amazed at what he expects from himself. That's all we got for this one. You guys got a favorite video suggestion, you can subscribe to Patreon or drop it in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, ring notification bell, get a video a thumbs up so it gets suggested. Social media and Patreon are all up top. If you want to subscribe to any of it, put all the links in the description. All you got to do is hit the link, follow me, talk to me. Love talking to you guys. You guys are the most incredible team on YouTube. It's your boy Neal. Out.